Alright, Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series 13 is Blackout. Officially. Let's talk about it.
Alfonso, this is Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out!
What's up, Alfonso Nation? Alfonso here. Welcome back, one and all, to another video. So, just before I get started, I gotta mention this because this is pretty notable. So, recently, as of 3 days ago, we officially made 12 years on YouTube. 12 years. That is wild. I don't think I've done anything that was supposed to be a hobby for that long. Like, this is the longest streak of what I consider to be a hobby that I've participated in and engaged in so adamantly for that long. And I just wanted to thank you guys for that, because that really does mean a lot to me, the fact that you guys have been there for that long. There's some of you guys that are still watching that watched me when I was doing Transformers Prime videos. And I really, really appreciate you guys. Because even though I put all of the energy and attention and the effort into creating and evolving and all of the time, this is a very time-consuming hobby, a very time-consuming thing. Even though I put all of that into this, it's you guys that continue to support, continue to show love, continue to provide feedback, and continue to motivate me to continue. And I just want to thank you for anybody and all of you guys who have ever supported me, liking the videos, commenting, joining the live streams, participating in the muck chat, follow me on social media, and even whenever I change up a little bit with Marvel and DC, there's a good handful of you guys that still stay committed to the art of the Alfonso Nation. We are a community. Alfonso Nation is not just me, it is all of us. So this is a celebration for all of us to enjoy. So just wanted to say thank you, and I really appreciate every last one of you. So let's get into the topic of the video. Transformers 2007 Blackout, Bayverse. This was literally the first look we ever got at a live action Transformer. Flew into the Sector 7 base and laid some wrath. Very, very entertaining character. 15 years later, we got an official Masterpiece movie series depiction of this character. He's confirmed to be Blackout. My thoughts on this are pretty mixed, and the reason why is because if you take a look at what the official stock images provide to us, at a glance, it does heavily resemble Studio Series Blackout. Obviously, with more intricacy to the detailing, more attention to the refined parts of his design. So it's not as thin looking, especially in the leg section. You got a lot of the more beefier pieces, and it is a more complex figure. So no doubt, when you get MPM Blackout and you get Studio Series Blackout side by side, there will be some clear and present differences in the engineering and in the overall design scheme. But as a general display presence, what strikes out to me the most, and I'm sure many of you as well, is the paint. His overall paint scheme is that same light blue looking sort of painting that we got on the Studio Series. To me, that is where they really should have made the changes, especially given the fact that this figure took 15 years to release. After all of this time of waiting, we should have gotten something darker, something more gunmetal, maybe some weathering, dry brushing, some battle damage. We should got some rusting in some certain areas, sort of like the premium finish upgrades that you get with some of the Studio Series figures that they're starting to put out. You get a paint scheme sort of enhancement. That should be standard with the MPM. I feel like because of the major time difference between the debut of this character on screen and the Masterpiece release, there should be a whole lot of difference between the Studio Series and the Masterpiece. Now, obviously, in terms of scale, he's going to be a larger figure. So he's going to have a bigger display presence. He's going to scale with other Masterpiece figures. Sizing up to about 29 centimeters tall, rounding up to about 30, whereas the Studio Series is 21.6, rounding up to about 22 centimeters. So you can see that it's going to be bigger, and it's going to have a bigger, more robust display presence, which I do think is going to be awesome. In addition, you do get some blast effects, so this is a little bit of a change of pace. You've got other Masterpiece figures where you don't get that. Starscream, for example, didn't get any blast effects, but he did get his minigun, and he did get his rocket launcher. Ratchet, he got his classic bucksaw weapon and his blaster, but no blast effects. Same for Ironhide, same for Jazz, same for Optimus Prime. So this is a very clear change of pace and an indication that they're trying to grant more value to the overall package because of the price value that is going to come at. And the price value is where the problem really starts to set in. So far, the official US pricing for this guy is not officially confirmed just yet. It hasn't been announced officially for the US, but the Chinese rate has been confirmed at 1649 yuan, or won? I'm not sure how to say it. Sorry if I butcher it. Which converts to about $257 USD. That is a heavy price, especially given the fact that the painting is not completely there. So I can see that by adding the blast effects, they're clearly trying to add more value to the overall package, but I feel like that value should have been in the figure itself, not in the accessories. Now, on the plus side, we got Scorponok. Obviously, he's going to be part of the package. Now, he looks way better than the original Scorponok. The articulation was fairly non-existent on the Studio Series. The only articulation we got was the folding of the tail, and largely because of the weapon storage that you get for the figure. You have to fold him up to store him properly. I'm truly hoping that we get some form of articulation on Scorponok for the Masterpiece. I'm truly hoping that his hands, for example, rotate. Now, in terms of the melee weapon, I'm actually fairly impressed. I really like how it looks with him overall. That was one of his signature melee weapons, if not his only one that he used. Looks really good on him. Blackout is one of the best designs for the 07 film. His transformation was so iconic in the first sequence. He should have survived, for sure, but he didn't. The helicopter mode looks great, but the helicopter mode looked great on the Studio Series as well. It was one of my favorite alt modes in that wave. It was amazing. But it looks great for this as well, and it will be even bigger. So this is probably going to be a pretty fun figure to have. So overall, I think this guy's display presence is going to be great, especially if you don't have any Studio Series Blackout and you have a Masterpiece collection that you're focusing on. This guy's going to be nice. But I do think that the painting should have been improved. Darker gunmetal, more weathering, more of a live action sort of depiction. Not an upscaled Studio Series, which is what it kind of feels like. Anyways, it took them long enough to finally announce this thing, and now he's confirmed. We gotta wait till we get him in hand to truly judge whether or not this is gonna be worth it. But I hope they continue to release more Masterpieces, like the Bumblebee movie characters, and a lot of the Knight designs, because the Knight designs are pretty awesome. Anyways, those are my thoughts based on the stock photos released. We have to get them in hand, obviously, or at least get more in-hand images or more reviews out on YouTube once it actually is released to be able to make a final determination. It looks good, could have been better. I would probably rate it at about a 7 out of 10 if I had to. But time will tell when we get it in hand. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.